Hi, welcome to the Andrew Bogle book review of an illustrated history, The Art of Pulp Horror. Now, I'm not certain if the illustrated history is part of the title, but I've just said it anyway. Edited by Stephen Jones, forward by Robert Silverberg. You see, it's a real thick, chunky book, a nice, beautiful hardback, and I must admit, reasonably priced as well, which is something. I mean, this is from Applause, 2020, and it's got 255 pages and a whole variety of different topics within this. And also this is from the person that did Art of Horror, The Art of Horror Movies. I'm certain they're equally brilliant books as well. So let's just go through the book. And there's the featured artists. There's a long list of featured artists. You can see it's nice quality paper, really is. And there's all the contents as well. So there's the contents. And the book is predominantly, obviously, art. So it's lots and lots of colour, as well as some black and white, of course. Obviously, some of the earlier ones, black and white. But you've got some beautiful examples. You've got the gaudy pulps. And I love these ones. You could bring out a book of where they're a newsstand. I love newsstands. Now, I wish there was a book on all the newsstands from the 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. So you could sort of look at all the various magazines that are on newsstands. Obviously, predominantly American ones. Always, I don't know why. I would love to see some British ones, but I've never seen a picture showing a British newsstand with all these sort of, well, all comics anyway. I suspect we didn't have many of these over here. We had a few, but not as many as we should have done. Of course, there's restrictions and problems, and obviously just getting them from the States, obviously. And the distribution obviously wasn't as good probably as it is now. Or is it now? I don't know if it's any better now. Sometimes, however, of course it is. So you've got Penny Dreadfuls. I love the old Penny Dreadfuls. Over the years, I've picked up a few of these, and I think they are superb. I mean, they're really great stuff. And also you can find books about the subject of Penny Dreadfuls as well. So they're always just fascinating. There's obviously, I always think whether it says we wouldn't have had the pulps and all that sort of stuff if we hadn't had Penny Dreadfuls. I'm always doubtful about that. It's like, if we hadn't had pulps, would we have not had paperbacks? I mean, obviously, people will come out with ideas. Obviously, it's great that we did have the pulps as well. I always think they moved from one to the next. But of course, they probably coexisted at the top for a period of time. And of course, pulp magazines, to a degree, are still around. We've still got analogue magazines. Is that still going? One of them, fantasy and science fiction, all those sort of magazines, though they're not really considered as pulp anymore. Asimov, science fiction magazine, those sort of ones. That's what I meant. I still love those, but I must admit, names escape me and which ones are actually currently available. Of course, most are online now. And you've got Gem there, you've got loads of examples. I love these ones. The Magnet, of course, they're British ones. Magnet, Boys Magazine, etc. The Spectre of Hood Castle. Also, of course, ones from around the world. Obviously, this one German, I assume. Der Orchid and Garten, or something like that anyway. My apologies for saying Nick Carter. You've got lots of examples. Pearson, Boys Magazine again. So many examples. And lots of posters as well. Film posters. Boris Karloff, The Mummy. Lon Chaney, The Unholy Three. Whenever I look at all these things, the worst thing is, quite often you end up thinking, I must go and look for these films, the DVDs and those sort of things. And of course, some of them are not particularly available, if they even exist anymore. Maybe only the poster exists. You never can tell. However, The Death Kiss, The Vampire Bat, The Old Dark House, Dave McKean there. I love Dave McKean work. Dracula's Daughter, Mark of the Vampire. Then into the Shudder pulps, you've got all the weird tales, those sort of things. So you've got lots and lots. And of course, I don't think there's any book possible in the world would have every single cover. I would love to see every single pulp cover, but probably unlikely. Spicy Mystery, that looks weird tales. All these covers, just superb artwork. Liberties, Dr. Yen Sin, Blue something. Oh, weird tales again. Poverty. Then you got some more posters of unusual films. These ones, I have no idea. Mad Monster, House of Dracula, Strangler of the Swamp, 3D Robot Monster. I'm certainly great films. Most of these films I've never seen. I really should look out for these ones. But I mean, The Black Raven sounds good. Black Raven again. Devil Bat's Daughter. They're sort of films that I think hopefully are on Talking Pictures. I love Talking Pictures TV channel. Really brilliant. Sort of obscure little films like this. I think they quite occasionally put on. Maybe not all of them, but certainly I think they're quite. The Five Mysterious, or whatever. That's obviously They've also got lots of examples of Italian and Spanish posters as well. So it's not all just in English language posters. The Lodger, Hangover Square, brilliant film. I love that one. Linda Darnell and George Sanders, excellent. Drums of Fu Manchu, Dragonwyck, brilliant. And then you got into comic books. So you got lots of examples of comic books there as well. Eerie, Unknown, Forbidden Worlds, of course, Mystery, Mystic, etc. It's going to go all over the place, knock everything flying. Wally Wood there, one of those. And I love these ones. These are British ones. Obviously, we've got Scream, Misty, Spellbound. You've got Mystic, and so on. Just so many brilliant ones. The book is flying. I've got a cup of tea there, just hovering, just like go flying, all the tea go everywhere. Boris Karloff's Tales of Mystery. I love that. And also all these ones. Now, I've been collecting a lovely series called Sex and Horror from Correro Press. And they've got all these sort of covers of these old, like Italian ones. I just think, was it called Fumetto? Anyway, Little Puffs of Smoke, apparently, in English. So, Creatures from that, and so on. So many brilliant examples. Pulp Fiction, you've got obviously the books as it was going into paperbacks. Terror of the Tongs, To Walk the Night. Some of these covers are just absolutely good. I'm certain the books are good as well. Sometimes, of course, the book's not that good. The covers are brilliant. Quite often the covers are brilliant, but some of these, of course, are probably very hard to get. Badger Books, Supernatural Stories, bi-monthly. And you've got the Tales is Incredible, and so on and so on. Weird Tales. I love that one. I had that one years ago. Terror of Tales, Dr. Death. Oh, Bruce Pennington, and so on and so on. This book is just full of lots and lots, and then some more films on the back. It says, that one is Suspense Presents Black Horror. And that, of course, yeah, wow, just great, just absolutely great covers. Oh, and some more books. Oh, I love those books. You've got all the books there as well. Most of them are probably very hard to get. Now, they probably turn up in charity shops, I would imagine, in the UK, and of course, probably in thrift shops or whatever in the US. But there's so many examples there. Hotter Blood, More Tales of Erotic Horror. I suspect that doesn't turn up in my local charity shop. It might do, but I doubt it. Year's Best Horrors. So I love those ones. Those Door books. I don't know why. They always just somehow, they brought out so many Corgi, Pan, all those sort of books as well. I love them. And you've got Weird Tales obviously still going in some sort of form. Robert Bloch, assume that's how you said it. John Sinclair. Anyway, this book is just full. Can't recommend this enough because this book is absolutely packed solid with example of brilliant artwork all the way through. It is just first rate, really worth checking out. I think it's still easily available, so I definitely recommend you get this because once this goes out of print, like with lots of these books, they always go insanely expensive. So definitely recommend that you get it now. If you want pulp horror, and I love these sort of books, pulp horror books, I've got quite a few collections of various books, and over the years, I bought lots and got rid of them, and then regretted them, because, of course, now you look and you find that they're about £400 or something, you think, no. So, definitely, this book, if you're into pulp horror, I think is a definite recommended book. So, brilliant. Absolutely superb.